I said, it should be a rather quick one. We're basically just showing you a feature of the X-Station that definitely appeals to most traders out there. It's called X-Social. It's one of the functions of the X-Station platform, and if you do have a live trading account, we do help you out with the X-Social station. It's definitely something that individuals with slightly larger account balances on self-traded accounts should take into play. It's very easy, and how we describe it to most individuals out there is basically it's a way of trading without actually trading, if you will. What it does is it allows you to mimic other traders on the platform. Number one, it allows you to see the other traders on the platform. Most of them are using trader nicknames, so it's actually not their real names, but you can see what country they're from, you can see their profiles, you can see their trading strategies, you can see exactly what trades they're making, what they're trading, how big their trades are, how long they're staying in certain trades. You can also see exactly who the top traders in the game are. Once you see that, you can actually copy their strategies verbatim if you want. You can also marginally copy their strategies, so do it within a certain degree of the trader. So whenever they make a trade of a one lot contract, you're opposing that and making a trade of something very small, just to make sure that your maybe smaller account size is mimicking their account size of a much larger nature. So there's always that option too. So when we get into it, it may be, some things may be a little confusing to some of you guys, especially for individuals that are totally new to the X-Social experience. But as I said before, at the end of the day, it's something that we try to help you guys out with numerously. We also try to make sure that we help you, if you are looking at X-Social, help you find a trader that suits your account balance. So let's go ahead and move forward and get you guys kind of an introduction when it comes to X-Social. If there are any questions, please save them till the end of the webinar, as we're looking to get everybody out of here within about 20 or 25 minutes. Again, the webinars generally take about 20, 25 minutes, 30 at the max. But we make sure to make ourselves available near the end of it just for any questions that might come up. So please feel free to save your questions until the end of the webinar. But if you do have questions, there is going to be a chat box on the upper right-hand corner of your screen, I believe. So that's where you're essentially going to be able to ask anything you want to ask. So let's go ahead and move forward. So we're going to be showing you just getting started, obviously, very simple stuff there, how to log in, how to get started. Then we're going to be going over the X-Social network. That is going to be taking the bulk of the time. Then we're going to show you, if we have time and individuals request it kind of during the question and answer period, placing trades, and a kind of preferred trading method that we use, the DE30, for individuals out there looking to kind of, for something quick, and they don't need to sit around and wait at their computer screen for the slight movements that take place in some other trading instruments. So that's what we're going to try to focus on today. Again, it shouldn't take too long, and if there are any questions, please try to save them until the end of the webinar. Thanks. Okay, so getting started, this is going to be the first screen that you see when you log into the X-Station platform. It's very, I guess it could be overwhelming for some traders when they first start out. Most stations are, honestly, even for individuals that are used to some other platforms, when they log on to the X-Station platform for the first time, just out of a simple thing like change, it can be a quite overwhelming experience, especially if you're not a seasoned vet when it comes to the trading industry. It is very simple, though. There is basically just three main charts that you're going to see as soon as you log in. Always make sure to look on the left-hand side of your screen here. This is going to be, these four buttons are going to be basically where you want to stick to when you first log in. You can see my little spotlight here. Forex is the bulk of where the trading's done on the platform. That's where individuals trade various instruments, currencies, commodities, indices of that nature. The social side of it, that's where you're going to see a lot of individuals using the social trading feature. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And then options is binary options. That's a binary side of the platform. Store, that's the that's essentially where you add additional apps. So if you're looking for things like trading bots or additional charting, that's where you're going to go ahead and add that. So those are the four areas. We're going to be focusing, like I said, on the X-Social today. The other two webinars in this series that have already been broadcasted and have now been hosted on YouTube, I believe, our YouTube channel, they have focused mainly on Forex and options, with the bulk of that being on Forex. So we're going to be looking at social today. So very easy to get started on the platform. If you guys don't already know that, let's go hop on here. So X-Station platform. very simple stuff in case you want to get started. All you got to do is go to currencyhouse.com. Let's go ahead and do that right in front of you right here. Oh, our website is down for a slight maintenance right now. No problem at all there. Let's just go hop on the platform. So if you ever need to, if our website is just casually undergoing a little bit of maintenance right now, so that's just the website side of it. The portal to access your live account is still obviously there. If you do need any help accessing the URL for it, let us know. It's always going to be the same there. Basically xopenhub.pro/currencyhouse/real. That's how you log on to your live account. Oh, give me a second here. I think I hit too many buttons. Okay, so user ID and password. All right, so we got our screen slowly loading up here. Okay, perfect. So like I said, there's going to be, it's always going to load on the Forex side of the menu. So if you guys are ever looking to immediately jump onto any other side of the platform, it's always going to be these buttons here that you need to focus on the left-hand side. Obviously, social is the one right here. So let's go ahead and click on social. Everything is done on a cloud-based platform that we offer here, so there's no need to download any sort of applications or services. It's all hosted through our massive server that we have here at Currency House. So everything's hosted right here. You can see the X Social platform slowly beginning to load. While it's beginning to load, let's hop back on to the PowerPoint and keep going with this. So like I said, I just basically pressed this social button here and the charts are loading up. So once it's loaded up, this is exactly what you're going to see. This is the basically social trading hub that we have here at Currency House. You're going to see a lot of different methods of trading and a lot of different things going on right now. This is the demo side of the platform. The only thing that's going to be different right now are the trader nicknames that you see here. So the trader nicknames on the demo side of the platform are just trader underscore blah, blah, blah. That's the demo side. On the real side, you're going to see that it's actually some names or nicknames that traders have provided. It's still going to have country and it's still going to have all these charting options available. So basically what it does is it allows you to see the top traders in the game. What ranks them as top, it's up to you. You can essentially rank them as you want in overall equity, in overall profit, in overall trades, and overall winning percentage, basically whatever you want. Once you click on the trader, you're going to get to see on the right-hand side here, if you can see my cursor, what their trading strategies have been. So when did they start? Have they always been up? Were there periods of down? You can see the red on the chart here. All the trades they've made, the max drawdown that they're willing to get, how low are they willing to allow their trades to sink, how much of a stop loss are they implementing on each of the trades, and their overall margin level. If you click provider history, you can see exactly what they're trading and their open positions that they currently have in the market. Below here is your trader portfolio. That's the traders that you're currently following or currently examining. You can be looking at traders without actually copying them. You can enable and disable it or modify the trader at any time. And then your open positions on the left here, that is essentially the traders that you're currently copying and the overall profit that they're currently making you or the overall negative they're currently making you. You can see right here that currently on this person's screen, they're running a profit of about $613. So let's hop back onto the platform. We can see that it's loaded up here. Perfect. So what do we have here? So we got the traders all here. You can see these are basically the top traders in the game. Right now we're ranking it in terms of overall equity, which is generally what I recommend traders should rank by. The difference between equity and profit is that equity also takes into account the open trades the traders currently have running. So profit is just their overall account balance, but profit and equity can be entirely different, and traders will know this because you could have a massive profit, but your equity is diminished because of a negative trade you currently have running but have yet to close. So that's something you need to take in account. That is profit and equity. Profit isn't in the overall amount, but it's in the overall pips. So profit in pips is a lot different than actual equity. So this is the amount of profit the trader has been able to make so far in terms of pips. So profit, equity, trade numbers. You can see if the trader is experienced or if they're essentially just new. You can see that when we rank in terms of overall equity here. This trader's pretty experienced with 883 trades. We can see here that we also have a trader with only 48 trades. Max drawdown, as I said, this is also going to be in pips. This is exactly how low traders are willing to allow their trade to drop. You really want to also always examine traders with a very small drawdown, like this trader with just 3 pips. Almost never lets their trades go into negative. They probably close off their trades immediately if it is going into negative, or allow them to run a certain amount. You're then going to see runtime. This is how long they've been in the system for. So you can see here that some traders have been in the system for a long, long time. This trader's been going on for a quite long time. They've had their account open, while other traders are a little bit newer. This trader's only 303 days in. Last trade direction, what they traded and when. The copy button, this is what we're going to examine a little bit closer, and just your ability to add them to your watch list. And finally, the winning percentage that the trader has. So what is their winning percentage? How many times have they guessed right? So there's a few things that you want to definitely check out when you're examining a trader that's probably right for your account balance. For traders with account balances of 500 USD or plus, that's the absolute minimum that I would recommend going on X Social with, is 500 USD. You should have around 1,000 USD in your trading account if you're looking for X Social. This is to allow any sort of negativity to run or any sort of drawdown to run on your copying trades. Some traders, when you check them out, they're going to have a massive overall account balance, like huge, huge, huge. You can see this trader up here has $127,000 in his or her account. So that's extremely important to note that, because if Norbert, this individual from Poland here, decides to make a trade and it goes into the negative, they have a huge overall equity to account for any sort of negativity that the trade draws. So you, on the other hand, if you have $1,000 and you copy this trader verbatim and they take out a pretty sizable lot size, or sorry, a lot contract on a trade, say maybe a 10 lot trade, which is absolutely huge. That's $1 million position that they're taking, a 10 lot trade. That's something that you're not even going to be able to copy in the first place. But if you did and the trade went through, even if there was a little bit of negativity and a little bit of drawdown, your account balance would immediately go to zero and you'd be margin called. So it's very important that you note that. These traders have a much larger account balance than you, so you got to make sure that when you're examining one for your own account that you know exactly what you're doing. So let's say you have a trade, your account balance is somewhere in the realm of 1,000 to 2,000. Let's say that. So if you're looking for someone to follow or someone to check out, maybe that has 1,000, that you have 1,000 to 2,000, and you want them to place some trades, not a lot of trades, not too risky. So the two individuals that pop up immediately to me are these two individuals right here, specifically DOK123 from Poland. Poland has a pretty tremendous overall track record with the platform. They're extremely talented when it comes to trading. Probably because the X station was originally conceived by a Polish trader, so I think that probably has something to do with it too. But you can see Poland always ranks very, very high in terms of the overall trading capabilities of individuals on the X station. I myself am a Canadian. I really hope one day we can see a Canadian on the top 10 there. Maybe it'll be me, who knows. I can set my hopes high. So we got DOK123 here. Let's check out his or her profile. So simply click, you'll see it highlighted, and it'll come up on the right here. So immediately, if we go on the profit and pips, we can see that the trader started very low for a few months, and then all of a sudden they kind of hit their stride and took off. So they made an extremely profitable trade here, and it's been kind of elevating ever since. So they've been on the up and up. So we're hitting this trader on the up and up, which is a very good thing. We're kind of trending upwards with the trader. They've done about 48 trades, so still relatively new. That's definitely not a bad thing. You definitely want to catch a trader who is more eager in the market, especially those that have made profit. They're going to be on the platform checking it out every day, all day. Max drawdown of only 764 pips is still huge. It's still pretty big. I definitely wouldn't let my trades draw down to 764 pips. That's quite a bit. But still, that's pretty good considering the overall drawdown for some traders on this platform. Average profit, that's pretty huge. That means about every single trade they make about 2,500 pips on every single trade. So that's really big. And then overall profit so far they've made is 115 pips of profit, which is also huge. Okay, so everything looks good on the statistics. Let's look at the provider history. So what does this trader like to trade? DE30 is something you're going to see a lot. The reason why traders love to stick to the DE30, it's quite a simple strategy behind it. It's because of the overall volatility of the DE30. You can see that the pips that they've made on just a day-to-day basis have been huge. They've done a lot of trades on the 25th, and all of these trades made some tremendous profit for this trader. It was about 3,500 pips on each one. So this trader kind of found his or her stride in the DE30 and has been trading it ever since. You can see before that they were checking out Euro USD, some other things beside the DE30, and then they found the DE30 and they stuck with it. If you guys know my other trading seminars, I've always recommended traders to check out the DE30. The overall volatility on it is something to be considered. The trades fluctuate daily. They're going to go up and they're going to go down. It's just a matter of really keeping your cool, and if you can take emotions out of it, the DE30 is a very, very good thing to stick to. You can make a crazy amount of profit in a very short period of time with the DE30. So anyways, that's what the trader stuck to, so that's good to see. That means the trader knows what he or she is doing. So everything looks good. Let's say we want to copy this trader. So you simply click copy. Like I said, chances are if you only have 1,000 to 2,000, you're nowhere near this trader's equity, which is 96,000. So obviously you shouldn't be trading what this trader's trading verbatim. Automatically based on provider strategy would do that. So if you press automatically, that means that you're trading exactly what this trader is. If you trade manually, this means that you're trading to a maximum degree, so you're only trading a minimum of one lot. That's something that I wouldn't tend to recommend either. This means that the trader generally trades pretty high percentages whenever they trade, so the system is automatically locking you out of marginally copying the trader below one lot. So that's something else you should consider. If you have $1,000 to $2,000 position or in your account balance, then I would recommend sticking away from this trader because you can't marginally copy the trader lower than one lot. So that's something that traders kind of struggle with when they first start. Normally they would just click manually and click OK. But this means that if the trader trades, a 15 lot contract, you're going to trade a one lot contract. And off a $1,000 or $2,000 account, a one lot contract will wipe out your account. You should never trade a one lot contract on that small of an account size. It should always be lower than a lot. I recommend 0.1 to 0.2 in some cases. That's probably the best you're going to get out of that. So let's go ahead and cancel this because we definitely don't want to copy this trader at that point. Mel also looked good, a slightly higher drawdown, but let's see if we're going to be allowed to copy the trader marginally. So this is a good example. So right here, we can copy the trader marginally lower to a 0.1 lot contract, which is fantastic. We can copy them all the way down to 0.10 lots, which means that whenever the trader makes a trade, we'll only trade 0.10 lots, which is very good to know. Also, we can set a trailing maximum total loss, so that means we are only willing to lose a certain amount on each trade, which is it's good if you have a smaller account balance because that way you don't allow the drawdown to take place too much. But again, you want to do it based on this trader's premonition. And if the trader has a slight drawdown, it's a 7,000 pip drawdown, which is pretty huge. But again, you're only marginally copying the trader, so it kind of equals itself out. But what you should click here is the maximum total volume of open copied positions. This is extremely important because you only want a certain amount of lots, a certain amount of trades opened at once, right? So if you have $1,000 or $2,000 account, you should only have at the most probably about 0.3 lots open at any given time, or it's going to totally wipe out your account balance if for whatever reason there is a negativity. This is obviously just minimizing our risk involved in trading. So let's put it up to 0.3 lots. And you simply click OK. Just like that, we have MSL in our, or sorry, is that MSL or MSL? Can't really see there, in our copy right here. Okay, I have it set off just so it didn't copy that, but we currently have it enabled, so let's go ahead and disable it. Yes. Just so I don't have it enabled right now, just because obviously I don't want to do that. This is just to show you guys how to do it, but that's how you enable it and disable it. And if you ever want to totally remove it, just click the X, and you'll totally delete their strategy. MSL is no longer copied. So that was pretty simple. I know it was a lot to take into account right away, but that is essentially how we properly utilize the trading platform and utilize the X social side of it. So I definitely recommend just if you have a demo account, it's the exact same thing like I said on the demo account. It's very, very simple, very easy to do. You basically just have to fool around on it for a bit, see what works, see what doesn't. Again, if you have a demo account, like what's the real harm in doing that? Super easy to just fool around with it. So you can click on other individuals, see their profiles. It's almost like bringing a Facebook style of examining things to a trading platform, which is awesome to see. You can essentially see any trader in the game, see what they're trading, copy their trades, and follow them in kind. So it's a very cool method of doing that. So let's hop back onto the platform for 2 seconds. Check our time. It looks like we're almost at our time limit, but that's okay. We'll try to keep going for just a little bit longer here. Okay. So popular indices. So some popular indices that you definitely want to take a peek at if you are looking to trade self-traded and trade beyond X Social are definitely the DE30 and the Euro USD charting. Those are two instruments I definitely recommend sticking to. You guys saw that basically the DE30 was pretty massive. Like even traded for a lot of those traders on social trading, it seems like a lot of them kind of started making their profit when they started looking at the DE30. It's definitely something to do if you're self-trading. I 100% recommend taking a peek at it because like I said, even if you place a trade and it runs negative for a little bit, it's bound to come back down. It never just goes up in one direction, the DE30. It's always jumping up and down. You can see the candlestick ends of the tips are always up and down. It always hits a tip and goes back down and stays like that for a good period of time. Obviously, when the market opens and the market closes, you're going to see these big jumps. So it's very useful, especially if you're a North American trader at North American hours, to just scalp it because that's when it's going to be moving around very slowly. During the European Open is when the DE30 generally tends to jump around a lot. So it's really important to do that if you're a self-traded account manager in North American trading hours. That's what all I really have to say for today, folks. If you are looking at some more information, we actually are running a live account holders webinar tomorrow. This is going to be a pretty massive one because we are running a trading signal for the United States retail sales figure report that's coming out at about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So if you are interested in taking advantage of the signal that we're broadcasting out, we only require that you have a 500 USD account balance in a self-traded account, and you're going to get access to that webinar. And that's with the head of trading here, Dan Perry. It's going to be going on, I think, just a little bit before 8 a.m. Tomorrow morning. So if you guys are interested in doing that, I definitely recommend looking into a self-traded account because not to mention how fun it is, but there also is definitely a good amount of dough to be made on self-traded accounts. So like I said, guys, that's about it. We are just at about our 30-minute mark, so I want to let you guys go. If there are more questions, use that chat box on your upper right-hand screen. No one can see your questions that you ask, so if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and fire them away. I'll do my best to try to answer them in kind. But we hope you guys enjoyed the webinar today. We hope to see you back out trading on the platform, and we hope to see you at the webinar tomorrow with Dan Perry. But thank you guys so much. Have yourself a great week and even better weekend.